All right, welcome back to Scavenger Workshop, and we were building the Ghostbusters ghost trap. As you can see, you are probably at this point now where your Ghostbusters trap is, I would say, 90% complete, right? You know, some of these accessories you have to get separately from Ghostbusters fans shop, GB shop, or some other sites, but for the most part you should be ready to just do the final touches to the trap, and that would be the doors, right? And then the doors have your servo linkage, right? So what I've noticed in the Rev 2 that the linkage is really close to this wall right here. So it's flush, but you might want to give yourself a little bit of a relief there with a file if you need to. I've added another 1 millimeter on Rev 3, so that shouldn't be an issue. But at this point, you can go ahead and drill your holes for your door. So what you're going to do is, before you drill anything, you want to make sure your alignment is perfectly aligned here and here on these two ends. So what you're going to do is, before you do anything, you want to stick, if you have a piece of aluminum or something that's 1 millimeter, you want to stick that on this edge right here, and then seat your door, right? So it lifts it up slightly by 1 millimeter. And the reason for that is if you lay it flush and you mark your hole, because you're going to want to put a little pin here with a little color on it through the hole and mark your holes once you've gotten your alignment correct. And if you don't lift it up by 1 millimeter, when you drill your hole and you put your pins in, when you try and you open a door, it's going to catch and it's not going to open all the way fully. So you want it just to be lifted up a hair, right? About 1 millimeter off of this plate. Okay. Now, I'm not going to drill these on camera, but what you'll have is you'll have a little mark here, and it's going to be slightly below the center line, right? And let me show you on some that I've already drilled. Right here, but you want it slightly below this line, so the line's gonna go through the upper portion of that hole. So you're gonna drill a 3 millimeter hole on both sides in the same spot, and then making sure that it opens completely when you put the pins in. Okay, so pretty straightforward. On this side, you're going to use the 3 millimeter 10 length pins. You're going to push them in there and glue them, so that way a portion of the pin sticks outwards. And on this side, you're going to use 3 millimeter screws, through cap screws, I believe is what they use in the movie. All right, let's go ahead and put this aside. You should be able to handle putting the doors on just fine. Let's talk about this. So you probably have ordered your caps and your square pieces from GB Fans shop, and basically these are they're fake knobs. They're not going to do anything, but let me show you how you have the plate. Ensure that your plate's on the correct side, right? This is the way it's going to be facing. So on the opposite side, what you're going to want to do is take your countersink drill bit, countersink the hole a little bit, right? Take your 3 millimeter screw, like this, put it through, and make sure it feels at least flush, or maybe a little below flush with the surface. And then you're going to take your cap, put it on the underside. You may have to unscrew it a bit. Let me see. until it goes all the way through. I need to use a shorter screw. Let me see if I can find a shorter screw. All right, right here, got a shorter one. Push it with it flush on the surface. Tighten up your little set screw in the inside, and there you go. You got a knob that you can turn, fiddle with. It does nothing. Same with these other holes. You're going to do the same thing for your other knob, right? Countersink this side, drop a screw through it, and then tighten the screw on it. I did leave behind this one right here enough space if someone wanted to put a potentiometer behind there to control like sound or something. You can, but why do that? You have 2 potentiometers on either side of the trap that you can tie into, so better just to make this into a fake plate, right? And that's how you do the plate. And let me show you on here. It's in there. Let me show you my completed trap. Like I've said, if you've done everything correctly, your trap is going to come out absolutely gorgeous. It's going to have all the bells and whistles, right? Everything's going to be fit nicely. Turn it on. You can see got my electronics in this bad boy. Final note, when you go to do your axles, you will have to drill the holes for the axles in this bottom plate because I don't have the holes in there. This axle right here, if you'll notice, it's slightly forward. It's not centered on these holes. That's because there's a plate back there that'll the wheels will possibly rub up against. So you could either, if you want to make them more center, you can cut a little bit of a relief in that plate that goes upright. That's this plate here, if you wanted to. But that's it, guys. That's the completed Ghostbusters trap. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy the build. I enjoyed doing this for you guys. I love doing this kind of work, so happy building.